we're going to ask ourselves the question, will big blockchain and business either save or destroy the world? I know it's been a question on my mind, and I'm sure it's a question on all of our thoughts too. This technology can either be used for tyranny or for total freedom and decentralization of power. During this process, we realize that the technology that we've created is going to go one or two directions. It's either going to end up in a spot where the freedom of decentralization and power is given back to the people, or it's going to end up that the people choose something like the banks or the governments again. And that's kind of one of those abstract places of time. It's one of the reasons why we bring on guests like Bruce Lipton, Thomas Campbell, and Dean Radin, because their story, their scientific experiments, basically proving the same thing. That we're basically writing this story as we go. So last night, I went for dinner, believe it or not, I actually read the call for visionary leaders. So I want to share some of my thoughts because the original published date was around 2007, and that's a long time ago, but a lot of the thoughts still ring true. So because it's so well written, I really wanted to share this with you guys today. And the original title of these articles is actually, Will Big Business Destroy or Save the World? We're moved into an idea now. So one of the things here that they share, this is Indra's net. This is an Indian Hindu belief. It says, the heaven of India there is said to be a network of pearls, and if it's arranged properly, when you look at one, you see all the others reflected in it. It's in the same way that each object in the world is not merely itself, but it involves every other object. In fact, it is in every other object. The Hindu Sutra. So basically the sentiment here is we live in worlds we create our inquiries around. It's one of the ways I started Arcane Bear. I thought to myself, what's good company? Or what is a good company? And I came across the answer by meeting mentors in the space, people that have created billion-dollar businesses, by essentially focusing on what they thought was valuable, providing products and services that would enrich other people's lives. So when you start to ask yourself those questions, as I know many of us do, whether you're an entrepreneur, which most of us are, I think, at heart. We want to do the work that we believe in, that we're passionate about. The better the questions that you ask, the better the answers that you're going to get. And there's a few really exciting parts of this here too. So when you start to inquire and create queries in your own mental landscape, the scaffolding that you can build between these two gapped areas, between the large world business that has more than enough to provide for everyone, and the people that end up being impoverished through these processes. We know now, as Buckminster Fuller had once geniusly pointed out. So Buckminster Fuller's quote here says, we should do away with the absolutely specious notion that everybody has to earn a living. It is a fact today that 1 in 10,000 of us can make a technological breakthrough capable of supporting all the rest. The youth of today are absolutely right in recognizing this nonsense of earning a living. We keep inventing jobs because of this false idea that everybody has to be employed at some kind of drudgery because, according to Darwinism theories, this man must justify their right to exist. So we have inspectors for inspectors and people making instruments for inspectors to inspect inspectors. But the true business of the people should be to go back to school and think about whatever it was they were thinking about before someone came along and told them they had to earn a living. Now, I think that's important. We don't know what inspires the next and future generations to take these technological leaps into creating a better society. And we also know that we're on the precipice of technology that likely extends our own lifespan just around the corner. The vast arena that's been unfolding in front of us, especially in this blockchain space, is kind of asking all of us, well, which direction do we want to go? And I found it extremely interesting to read some of these quotes here from this book too, just to keep the idea on the mind. If you speak the language of business directly, the aim of the world inquiry would then be to demonstrate the integral hypothesis that the universe is connected, correlated, and actually coherent. Every global issue of our day is truly a business opportunity. It provides new sources of top-line innovation as well as new magnitudes of purpose, meaning, and value. And this is something sustainable business has kind of kept on the forefront and almost in the background for a long time. We see conclusive evidence that things like sacred or conscious capitalism work, and they can be extremely valuable for the creators that do that. You have to put your heart, your mind on the line and go to places that far reach the average person's capabilities, but what you produce can provide for tens or hundreds of thousands of people. Again, written in 2007, thinking to myself, well, this must surely be newer. But it's not. These conversations were taking place in the UN. You know, mind shifts for global consciousness, changing identities. You know, this idea takes time. We need to build it together. We at Arcane Bear try to do is just communicate value as much as possible. The direction that blockchain takes next, that's really up to all of us. If you want to be controlled by a government, if you want to follow in the footsteps of what someone else tells you to do, that's likely where you'll end up. And it's your choice. It's all of our choice together to decide where this ship of humanity goes. I do believe that the word destiny can include a far-reaching precipice farther than we know, but we have today at our fingertips almost a miraculous experience that's unfolding right before our eyes. Businesses with why as a purpose. That the businesses that you build, the character that you decide to create, why not do something good for the world? I'm actually looking over here right now, but you guys can't tell. Pragmatic thinking.